Hi children, welcome you back to my class. Hope you all are doing safe and washing hands with soap more often than ever now. Okay, so in our last class, we did learn about ordinary stories. You know how to write a story. We learned about settings and characters. We learned how to write a story. Okay, the development of the plots. Okay, the words, the vocabulary used in the story and stuff like that. So that was about last class. Today we'll move ahead. Okay, we'll go a little deep into this subject and talk about the power of words. Okay, last day as we spoke about an ordinary boy. Okay, moving ahead we'll talk more about the boy. Okay, so today's story is about the same ordinary boy. He goes to his ordinary school. He goes inside his ordinary classroom and sits in his ordinary desk. Okay. Then something out of the ordinary happens in the class. What was that? An extraordinary figure called Mrs. Ghee entered the room and she said, "I'm your new teacher. Since I don't know you and you don't know me, we will help each other to know about ourselves." Okay. Everybody was listening. Okay. The class was silent. Then she did an extraordinary thing. She handed out papers to the children and said, "I want you to hear to some music and write about the pictures that comes to your mind after listening to the music." Okay. For some time the children were taken aback. They kept on thinking, this teacher, this new teacher is mad. She's nuts. What does she want us to do? Is this how a class is conducted? You know? And the teacher knew exactly what the children were thinking. She said, "Don't worry, continue with the writing." So she played the music, she started the music. The children closed their eyes. The music went on. It was a loud, rumbling, rolling, thunderous music which moaned and crashed around the classroom. The children kept their eyes closed and kept listening to the music. Then Miss Key, the teacher, stopped the music. Then she asked, "What did you hear? What picture played in your mind when you heard the music?" One of the girls said, "I saw stampeding horses." Somebody said that, "No, it was racing cars." This ordinary boy said that, "I saw elephants, ma'am. There were thousands of them." The ma'am smiled and said, "See, each one of you have different mind pictures. So how creative you are. So now write about what you saw when you closed your eyes. You saw something. So write about that, okay?" So in this story, after reading the story, I may ask you, who was the quite extraordinary figure here in the story of an ordinary boy? Who was the quite extraordinary figure? What was the first thing the children had to do? What helped the children while they were writing? Did the story continue how you thought it would? What made the change happen? What has changed for the ordinary boy? What do you think might happen next? The language focus here, see? We learn about adjectives used here in this story. He is an ordinary boy. As we know, adjectives are words which give description of which describes another word, describes a noun. An adjective can be used before a noun or after a noun, depending on the sentence, okay? See, he is an ordinary boy. Here, ordinary is the adjective, boy is the noun. So I'm using ordinary before, so I'm using the adjective before the noun, okay? Ordinary boy. Look at this statement now. The boy is ordinary. Here, the noun is coming first and the adjective ordinary is coming next. Boy, noun is the boy, adjective is ordinary, okay? So these are the two ways which you can use an adjective, before or after a noun. Now here, you can also pay focus on certain vocabulary, the words that are underlined in the story. Thunderous. What's the meaning of the word? In order to get the meaning, you may think of a word which, sounds similar to thunderous. Doesn't it sound similar to the word thunder? Then you can read the sentence, okay? You'll get the meaning. You try to read the sentence. Third, you can look up in the dictionary, okay? So go through the meaning of certain adjectives used here, like thunderous, bonkers. What is the meaning of bonkers? It means crazy. Stampeding, it means the rushing sound of cattle or horses, rushing in some panic, in some massive panic, in the mass panic. Okay, so read about these words, learn about them, and try to form sentences from these words, okay? So you can see a cartoon strip here, okay? It says a story, it tells a story, okay? It's in the form of there are 4 settings. You can easily guess what's happening, So read the cartoon strip, set the settings, and give a name to the story. Form a story, give a name to the story, okay? Now when we talk about a character, okay, in a story, we stress on points like what do they look like, what do they do, what they think or say, what they like the most, okay, and how do they feel. So these are the few points we stress in a character. I will give you some pictures of two settings, okay? There are 2 pictures of 2 different settings. You have to identify the differences, okay? And there are certain adjectives written. When you open your book, you will find there are certain adjectives written. You have to match the adjectives with the particular picture. Pictures of 3 characters, Juan, Asibi, and Liang, okay? What do you think about the characters? How, from the picture, how does the character play in your mind? What do you think about them? What do they like? Okay, I'll talk about the character Liang. As you can see in the picture, he seems to be a fun-loving boy. He has lots of friends. He's a computer freak, catching up with friends in the mall. They keep on talking to each other over earphones and depend on online sources. I mean, their complete dependence is on online version of texting, okay? They text each other more than they talk to each other, okay? So he loves to visit the malls. He has an interest for the computers. He has many friends. So this is about Liang. Write character portrayal. This would be your task. Write a character portrayal for Juan and Asibi. From the pictures you can see, you will have an idea. Okay, so whatever you like, you just close your eyes, think about them, see the picture first, then close your eyes and think about the character and write the sentences and write one adjective describing each of them, okay? So this would be your task. So today we learned about the characters in the story, how to tell a story from various settings, and the usage of adjectives before and after a noun, okay? These things we learned about today, and we will move forward. As of now, you take a pause, go through the video, and in your next session, submit the task that is given to you and tell me what did you learn from today's lesson, okay? I hope all of you had